Hi everyone, we're on the back porch. We're watching the Cable One guys work on my cable again. Well, not my cable, but the cable in the alley. They took out the cable yesterday. I thought they put a trap on my line. I asked the guy, did you guys put a trap? Thinking it's, another leakage. Because I thought they were checking for leakage. He goes, no, we're replacing the amplifier. I guess it took a dump. Well, that's not unusual, I guess. Because they had, not a stack, but they had quite a few replacements on one of the trucks. And so he's replacing that right now. The next morning, yesterday morning, they took it out. Or they did something. Because they unhooked the line. There was no cable, TV, or internet. And now they're replacing it. I was just out there chatting with them. I guess I didn't really want to talk too much. They were asking questions, but then they kind of blew me off. I don't know. Well, they were trying to do their job, but the other guy was just standing around doing nothing. So I figured I'd talk to him. Let's have a look. He's still up in the bucket. So yeah, through the screen and trees, he's down next door working. And oh, there it is. I was trying to see. There's the other truck behind him. So yeah, he's done. He's coming down. I'll have to go check the speeds and see what those are. Well, I just got off the phone with Cable One. Canceled my service call. At least I was smart to call it in as early as I could this time. We talked to James. Yeah, James last night on tech support. And then talked to Bruno. I had to ask him, I'm going, your name is Bruno? And I thought that's what he said at first. And yeah, sure enough, he just verified who I am and canceled it. So hopefully I don't waste someone's time if if they show up tomorrow. But yeah, that's what's been happening. It's just weird that the service itself would go out. Remember, I said there was a couple hiccups the other night, like 3 or 4 megs. It wasn't working right. It hiccuped a few times, and that's probably what happened. I don't know if they were going through or something and found out the amplifier was, bad or something. I don't know. So they changed it out. All they do is slap it in. I was surprised because I was watching them, and they just do like undo 4 bolts, take it out, just slam it in there. Okay, good and seated, it looks like. And put it back together, and I came back in here and the modem was fully lit. I'm going, oh, I haven't seen that since yesterday morning. So that's what's been happening. It's funny to me because things like that happen these days to me. I'm still curious of why that they didn't keep the service on. I mean, it was still usable. I mean, if it was a little bit slower or anything, but I got to see like 5.60. It's been 5.51 for years, and that's the first time I've ever seen it that high. Ooh, what is it? 0.51 to 6, 0.909, 0.09 higher. I only tested a couple times, so I'm trying to catch up with yesterday now. I've got yesterday, today, well, this morning, of vlogs to catch up, email, see if there's any messages I have to reply to. Well, and right now I'm rendering the Lunar Eclipse. So if you haven't seen the lunar eclipse, it's going to be probably two 20-minute clips or more. I think 24 minutes. I don't know. I'm just doing the first one right now. Some reason Sony Vegas is messing up at times, giving me a temp file when I render. I don't know what's up with that. I'll have to see if past two. This is the second time it's done it. It's made a temp file, then I just re-render it and it works. I don't know. So that's what's been happening. Yeah, I know. The lunar eclipse was great. It was pretty, some decent color, and yeah, if you watch it, you'll see. I give my perspective on it, which I'll put that in the description of that one. Is, you know, from looking at it to viewing it through the camcorder to viewing it through the telescope. All three of them gave different aspects of viewing the eclipse. So if anything else happens this morning, I'll get back with you. I'm going to try to get caught up at least a little bit of what I can. So I'll see you later today, maybe. So the internet is still working. It's the next morning. I've been up all night anyway, so it didn't want to work yesterday afternoon. It would get a good speed, then it would just dump out for a while, and then it would come back. I don't know if they came back and fixed it again or what, but it surely didn't act, you know, like it should be. I don't know if it was a loose bolt or something they didn't replace, because it wasn't a connection. This thing just slid in, that amplifier. I watched him just slide it in and bolt it in. That's all it did. I didn't see really any connection to it. I think it was just all hard connections that slid in place into that. From what it looked like, I didn't really look up close to it, but it's been working all night. I've been trying to catch up. I've done a good amount of watching, looking at everyone's vlog. Still got more. I mean, I only catch up with the important ones. I'm not naming any names, but people who catch my interest, those come first, and those that are there somewhat I'll watch, but that's how I usually prioritize watching vlogs. It's, if you keep my interest up, I'll watch you first, and then if you don't, well, either you get watched or you know, put on the back burner for another day, or if I don't watch it, if you keep making vlogs and I don't watch them, eventually I'll unsubscribe. That's how it is. I mean, no need for the person to be in the subscription list if you're not going to watch them at all. But I still got to do the worm-in. I've been dreading that, kind of, because I got to move stuff. I got to move the desktop out because it sits down there. Too bad I can't find another place for it, but my room only has so much space, and that's the most, well, not neutral, but usable space for it. Thing's huge. I've showed you before, but it amazes me that they can make a computer tower that big. I mean, 2 feet high. The thing has 6, I'm pretty sure it has 6 USB ports, and I'm using 5 of them right now on the back of that thing. Just different wires, accessories. One for the Nexus 7, one for the camcorder, the webcam, the mouse and keyboard. So that leaves one empty. But I think I got another 4, pretty sure another 4 in the front. I don't know why you need, well, I can see why you need that many USB ports if you have a bunch of stuff to plug in. I don't know what else I could plug in. I don't know what else it has. If it has FireWire, or I think they got rid of that, or they're not using that as much. There's HDMI too on that, but I have HDMI off the graphics card itself. It's just HDMI. It's not even an SVGA. I don't think. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have it. And the card on the computer has it. The SVGA and HDMI, I think, too. But this expensive computer graphics card only has HDMI and another output, something else it has. So that's what's happening. I'm not going to, you know, keep this any longer. And today, I don't know what I'm going to do. I know things I need to do, but the grow box needs some tending to. I got to transplant those tobacco. They're bushing out of that thing. Tomatoes are coming up. It's ready getting its second leaves. Peppers are up. I haven't showed you the peppers yet. Those are all busting out of the soil. What else is in there? Cantaloupe's not doing too well. I don't know. Maybe I'll just plant those in the ground with seed out there. I don't know. Because these ones, or maybe just transplant these directly and see if they survive. You're supposed to give them a rest period, but they're not doing well anyway, so it's not much of a loss. So thanks for watching. Oh yeah, the internet is still back up, if I didn't tell you. And before I go, I just happened to think of it. I was talking with, or sent a message to CJ, and he was asking about it. There was a hot air balloon crash in Cleator, which is outside of Cordish Junction, down by Mayor. They called out as 10 people injured, sent like 2 ambulances, a few sheriffs, the Forest Patrol Division out of Yavapai County, which are basically law enforcement officers, but for the forest. And they get on scene, and the scene was at the fire station. I guess somehow they transported them to the fire station in Mayor. And then they went en route to the crash site. Even the ambulances, they sent one ambulance over to the crash site. Come to find out, those 4 victims, you know, just minor injuries at the crash site itself. But the weird thing about this whole thing is everything was being done over the phone to make you believe that there was a fatality on scene, because usually when it's something major like that, they just go to the cell phone and relay the information that way. And there was no fatalities, which was surprising. You know, they did call NTSB, and the FAA came in to investigate it, but they crashed due to high winds. There was high winds over that way. It's toward the mountains of Crown King, well, over past those, up north, but somehow they took off from Black Canyon City, came over the mountain, and the high winds just forced them down. But it was interesting to hear that everything, the ambulance, sheriffs, everybody was on the cell phone, or on their computers, their MDTs, relaying information. And then I was talking to one of the guys I know in Phoenix, and he goes, "What's up?" I'm going, "I don't know." I'm going, the only thing I could think of is a fatality on scene to, you know, justify all the hush communication, but it was just, 4 people that were minor injuries. So figured I'd share that with you. It just a weird call that came over, and yeah, something like that doesn't usually happen. We don't hear many hot air balloon crashes up this way. Phoenix, they have quite a few, but I didn't even know there was a company out of Conwood that did any. That was the first time I've heard about it. So, thanks for watching, and that's it for me today. No more. I'm done. This is going up.